Okay, we're back with the dolls, y'all. I do have to say, for once today, I don't know it in one. I don't think this is a millennial classic. It certainly looks like Top Gun. It looks very Top Gun, but that might be a little fake out. You never know. Dudley Naval Air Station certainly looks like it could be the 80s. Any chance this is Hot Shots? The Top Gun pastiche? It is. We run this town. Picture number 5, Ryan Stiles. Not quite, but a little bit. Lloyd Bridges. If you're gonna live in a butcher shop, I gotta treat you like a piece of meat. Charlie Sheen. Maybe Ryan Stiles is only in Hot Shots Part 2. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's Hot Shots. It's Hot Shots. Believe so. He really looks like Martin Sheen there. Are you sitting down? I said his dad. His dad's Martin Sheen. John Elway lost in Super Bowls against Washington, San Francisco, and the Green Bay Packers, I think. Never mind. Rick Edelman achieved his 1,000th win and coached Andrei Kirilenko, Kevin Martin, and J.J. Barea. Okay, so this is messing with me. Is he the greatest coach of all time? Because Kevin Martin, back me up, VIP Daniel. Kevin Martin is a Saskatchewan curler who represented Canada in the 2018 and 2022 Winter Olympics. So, and Andrei Kirilenko, I'm pretty sure Andrei Kirilenko is a boxer. I'm pretty sure that this is one of the best boxers of his generation. I don't know about J.J. Barea, but it seems like he might be an MLB pitcher. So, this Rick Edelman might be the GOAT, man. Western Conference team, 2011 to 2014. Jazz were like kind of all right. Okay, whatever. Who cares? Making his debut in 2013, this Capitals player, that's Tom Wilson. Nice try, haters. Following the journey of 19-year-old Fair Archeron, this popular fantasy romance series began with this 2015 novel. I have absolutely no idea. I'm going to say it's not Divergent. I don't know what the kids are reading these days, unless it's like Amelia Bedelia, who is funny as fuck. Is this Paddington? Whatever. 50 Shades. I guess I'll just type 2 letters and then pick. It's Tom Sawyer? I have no idea what this is. That's Quentin Tarantino. 100% Quentin Tarantino. And it actually might be my grandma. Wait, I'm getting something. Are you Sally Field? I gotta try Sally Field on that one. But it genuinely, I never realized how much, if you get rid of her hair and like everything under the bottom lip, my grandma kind of looks like Sally Field, man. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Coming in purple wrappers with yellow print, Cadbury produces this brand of caramel-filled chocolate bars. Purple wrappers with yellow print. Caramel-filled chocolate bars. Caramilk is like brown and gold. This might be Milky Way, which seems like a Hershey product. Milky Way? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know the answer. Anyone know that one? Caramello. I've never heard of it. Set thousands of years before The Hobbit. This is called The Rings of Power. What a show. Based in part on A Christmas Carol, Matthew McConaughey played a famous photographer and womanizer in this 2009 rom-com. Yeah, that's Ghosts of Girlfriends Past. It must have really cut his ego down when he got visited by the ghost of the girlfriend yet to come. The English pop band had #1 hits in the 80s with Holding Back the Years and If You Don't Know Me By Now. I don't think I know that. I'm going to say that this is Wang Chung. Just because I wanted to type it. Simply Red. I have absolutely no idea. The Giants. The Timberwolves. A Court of Thorn and Roses. Caramello. Otherwise, I thought we did okay. Simply Red. Hey, NL, your cruise to Bruges, this is a cool sentence, made port right next to where I work. Shame I didn't get to meet you, but crazy to think I could. I'm glad you enjoyed Belgium. You work in that cool-looking building? Let me make sure I got your username here. You work in that cool building that's next to the... I mean, I guess it is the port. You don't have to say yes, by the way, in case that would, like, reveal too much identifying information. That one cool building in Belgium? No, man, there's lots of cool buildings. Also, I guess it's not really a building, but that one it looks like an atom. Yeah, the atomium. You knew I was going to say the atomium, huh? That one, I mean, Belgium was cool, man. I love that our tour guide selling us on Bruges was like, the reason that Bruges looks so cool is that it was really rich in like the 13th century. And then in like the 16th century, it got poor as fuck, so they couldn't modernize any of the buildings. And then by the time it got affluent again, they said, look at how beautiful our city is. Why would we monetize it? Or not monetize it, modernize it, I should say. They lucked out with that one, man. They definitely monetized it. Not that much, mostly the bathrooms, to be honest. I went to Antwerp and everyone knew you. Is the dads group excited for the school year to start again? The dads group is icing me, man. Here's the thing. I've been asked 3 times in person by dads when fantasy football is going to start, and I had to break all their hearts by telling them we cannot run a 5-person fantasy football league. It can't be done. So I'm going to have to go into the group chat and be like, sorry, guys, we can't run fantasy football. I took a suicide pass, essentially. In June, I sent a message that was like, hey, would anyone be interested in doing fantasy football this year? Nobody replied for like 6 weeks. Then a bunch of people replied and were like, yes, it would be cool to do fantasy football. Then I said, okay, I just need to know how many spots to make the league. Please react if you want to be in the league. It got 4 reacts. 4 reacts plus the guy who left the message. We can't run the league, man. It can't be done. So now they're going to hate me because they're going to be like, well, I wanted to play fantasy football, but this guy, he couldn't get off his ass and make the league. So the whole WhatsApp group is in like a holding pattern right now, man. Why can't you? Because a 6-person fantasy football league is just like, it's nothing, man. It's like saying, hey, come over to my house and shoot some hoops, and then you got one of those Fisher-Price basketball nets. Like, it's not even fun at that point. You play the same person like 4 times a year. Just say we probably need at least 2 more? No, because then I'm like quintuple texting the group, man. I'm quintuple texting the group. I can't quintuple text the group because then I'm going to look too desperate. Okay, this is crazy. This is crazy. 7-10 is a split in bowling. 7-Eleven is a store. Chevron is also a gas station. Shell is also a gas station. Gulf is also a gas station. We're so back. Places that sell gas. Rip to you if you're not from North America, maybe. Someone's stock. Someone's personality. Lickety split. Banana split. Split personality, 7-10 split. Okay, that's huge. That's what? Okay, split. Stock split. Okay, stock. So it's blank split. It's not that you were put there to trick me. Star, figure, name, personality. It's like a figure of some notoriety. Famous person. Mushroom, mount balloon wax. I have no idea what this one is. Increase. Increase? Increase? Wax? I guess waxing like a moon. A moon increases in, well, its visible surface area increases in size. I guess in Mario, the mushroom makes you big. That is pretty funny. I don't think that's what they meant, but that's pretty funny. All right, the mini is paywalled. Get that trash out of here. That was my first loss this year. Can I say kudos to you, though, for taking the loss like a real MFer? I know there's people out there. I'm not suggesting it's everybody, but I know there's people out there that like flaunt their Worldle streak, but they're attached to their Worldle streak. So whenever they get to like the last one, they have like 2 yellows and a green, and then they Google what's today's Worldle solution, and then they're like, oh, well, it's just today's wasn't really fair. Like it's the first concession you make. Like it's you're just sliding the whole way down at that point. I don't trust you. I don't trust you if you have a Worldle streak that's like 2 years. You had to have cheated once. You had to have cheated one time. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. Or at least I put the sus on you a little bit. Pumpkin spice caramels from Sconza. Wonder when I'll reach the age where I'll buy like a 1.5 pound bag of candy. Because people, they're going to hate that I say this. The reason I have that hypothesis about Worldle is that people cheat on their Peloton streaks all the time. Now, you might say, what constitutes cheating on a Peloton streak? I think if you biked 28 days in a row, and then you biked on day 30, but day 29 is a 10-minute sleep meditation at 11:15 p.m., I think you scammed the streak a little bit. It's fine. It's the only person who needs to know is you, but I think that's you working for the app instead of the app working for you, is my 2 cents on that one. I think that's like when people are like, sorry guys, I can't go out tonight. My Apple Watch won't let me. They say it's going to tank my sleep score. I'm trying to keep myself above the apps. The apps work for me. I don't work for the apps. Who says that? Oh, just a little guy I made up. I think this is $8.99. Sugar's cheap. Wow! I didn't know it was that cheap. It's the 1.5 pounds for $3. Oh my God. $1.5 pounds for $3. They sound gross? Oh, we will not be eating them. Let's start there, but that's crazy. Less games is not working for me today, I'm sorry to say. Maybe let's try, we'll go through the root. Yeah, something's not right with it today. I went through the root dir, and it still didn't work, sorry to say. Guess it's got to be Jabdle. I think it's Venezuela. I think it's Spain. I think it's Tunisia. I think it's Chad. That's way further away than I thought. I think that you and your band are selling your turntables and buying guitars. You're Croatia. You're Romania. You're Turkey. You're Greece. The mystery country's Greece. Okay, we take those. James Murphy, me? It's so funny that the dude is called James Murphy. They really said, what should we call the best Gen X artist of all time? James Murphy. Crazy, man. What were they thinking? Worldle. It's got 2 first names. Yeah, if you're Candice Bergen. What were they thinking? He's not Gen X, but he had gray hair before I did. He's Gen X. But his music is for millennials. But he is Gen X. What about his pubes? Probably gray. Probably gray. But I always respect James Murphy for taking his petty beef with that guy from The Village Voice and putting it on one of the greatest albums ever made. Out of nowhere. Oh, eat it, Michael Musto. You're no Bruce Valanche. You know the Google Trends for Michael Musto in that was Pow Pow. That's off This Is Happening, maybe? 2009, the Michael Musto Google searches went through the roof, man. South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands. A little north of that. Cyprus? Oh. Like Azerbaijan? I might be the GOAT, man. It's insane how fast it is to travel the globe in your head versus like an airplane or, God forbid, like walking. I went from Antarctica to Azerbaijan. It's like 15,000 kilometers. I did it in like 8 seconds. You traveled the world in the 7 seas type shit. Everybody is looking for someone, man. Tag yourself. I think my love language is acts of service. I think I'm the guy who wants to be used by you. If I had to pick one of the 4. I don't want to abuse you or be abused by most of you. I don't think I want to use you either, because I don't know what I would get out of it, to be honest. I think I want to be used by you, if I had to guess. But it's tough. 2011. This is like a few months before I went to Korea. I was not seeing... No, this is a few months before I came back from Korea. I was seeing some movies. There might be some Real Steel in here. Is there Sony Pictures Real Steel? This is probably X-Men First Class, if I had to guess. Miss. All right, well, got a little ahead of myself. Emma Stone, 2011. That's easy A. It's a drama. Emma Stone drama. That did not fall off much, week 1 to week 2. Change begins with a whisper. Viola Davis, Emma Stone, Bryce Dallas Howard, directed by Tate Taylor. It's The Help. I did not know that Emma Stone is in The Help, because she is not on the poster that Prime Video served to me algorithmically. She's the narrative vehicle? Well, I literally haven't seen it. I just put it on my watch list so you'd think I was cool, okay? Does seem messed up that she gets top billing, but anyway. 133 million, 20th Century Fox starring Andy Serkis. Oh, I saw it in theaters. It's Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which is actually Rise of the Planet of the Apes. See, and this has always been a problem for me. I think that the Dawn should come before the Rise. Because I think the dawn is the start. And the movie starts, like the Planet of the Apes starts when Caesar revolts against Cedric Diggory, or whatever the dude's name is, Tom Felton, right? That's when the dawn happens. And then in movie 2, it rises. Because it's the conflict between Koba and Caesar. That's the rise of the Planet of the Apes. I think they got the titles switched, man. What a movie, though. When he said no in the theater, oh, man. I mean, he said no in the movie. I saw the movie in the theater, but chills. Probably, they gotta, I was gonna say, they gotta rescue my boy James Franco, but they really don't. They don't. But even, I don't know, maybe 128 hours? Maybe 128 hours. Rowan Blanchard, in a family comedy, action, adventure, drama, fantasy, science fiction. Is this, because so I saw Cowboys and Aliens in theaters. And it was around this time, but it's not, I mean, I guess it wasn't really a family movie. Saving the World is their idea of family time. 8 years after the third film, the OSS has become, oh, it's Spy Kids 3D game. It's Spy Kids all the time in the world. Spy Kids all the time in the world. I haven't seen this one. Spy Kids 4. Based on its box office results, not a lot of people did. We ever find out why Robert Rodriguez was making movies that look like this? That was making AI-generated movies? How was he doing that before ChatGPT came out, man? Does have a dreamlike vibe. You're not wrong. Lionsgate with Jason Momoa from 2011? I want to just be like, is it a Hercules? Enter an age undreamed, and Stephen Lang, Don't Breathe himself. A quest that begins as a personal vendetta for the fierce Cimmerian warrior soon turns into an epic battle. Is it Wrath of the Titans? The second Titans movie? I with God as my witness, I have no idea. Anton Yelchin, 2011, horror comedy. He's not in Warm Bodies. What is he in? You can't run from evil when it lives next door? A teenager suspects his new neighbor is a vampire. He tries to enlist the help of a self-proclaimed vampire hunter and magician. Fright Night. Fright Night, I don't know, man. Cast is kind of incredible, though. And then, Conan, not Hercules. Conan. That's tough. That's a tough one. It literally says it. I thought they were talking about the late night guy. I thought they were talking about the guy from the podcast. I didn't read that. Nah, man. The Walk is the one where we found out my goat washed, right? This is Joseph Gordon-Levitt remaking the best documentary of all time, Man on Wire. It says something that, like, Hollywood's been on this for a while. A real event happened. They turned it into a documentary, and then they turned the documentary into a fiction movie. Like, it's the snake eating its own tail, and then another snake eating that snake. Like, it's insane. So we got to, I mean, this is the Fast and the Furious. We know who we got. Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Jordana Brewster. We're probably connecting through you, possibly you. But I don't know who else is in the Walk except for Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So let's try the daily, flip it. Ben Schwartz, man. The Schwartzler? All right, and we want to go to Swanky, of course. Well, there's a play. It's Schwartz, Sonic, Carey. He's top build. This gets you to I Love You, Philip Morris, which has Ewan McGregor, who was in Fargo, the TV show. He's in Fargo, the TV show, I'm realizing. Not Fargo, the real show. Or the real movie, I should say. But he's in... Wait. Okay, no, there's something here. It's The Island, Scarlett Johansson. I had something. Scarlett Johansson, Ghost World, Steve Buscemi, Fargo, Francis, Nomad, Swanky, Exit Nomad, back to David, scroll randomly for David, maybe like Lincoln. Now we're trying to get to Vin Diesel. My grandma. Hello, sir. I wish I'd known that in advance. My goat. Me and you and everyone we know was in this movie. Vin Diesel. Well, the classic play would be Chronicles of Riddick, Calm Fior, Bon Cop, Bad Cop. Who else is in? Tandy Newton is in the Chronicles of Riddick. Do I always get that wrong? Give me a sec, because Tandy Newton is in Norbit with Eddie Murphy. No, with Heather Graham. And it's Tommy Lee Jones, Batman Forever, Jim Carrey again. And we're trying to get to... I lost it. No, we're trying to get to Norbit. Eddie Murphy, who's in Bowfinger with Heather Graham. Jim Carrey is in I Love You, Philip Morris with Ewan McGregor. Then Yes Man with Zoe Deschanel. Where am I trying to go here again? I'm trying to get to Heather Graham somehow. That's easy. Megan? Is Bradley Cooper, Wedding Crashers. Christopher Walken, Click. Adam Sandler. Anger Management. Heather Graham. Bowfinger. Eddie Murphy, Norbit. Tandy Newton. Chronicles of Riddick. Vin Diesel. Fast and the Furious. Time. 4 minutes. That's pretty bad. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about this one. I think we got there. Bradley Cooper, Guardians of the Galaxy, Vin Diesel. Bradley Cooper's not in that, only his voice. That's what you get. That's what you get, man. New York Rangers undrafted. Jimmy Vesey. Fuck you, man. Oilers undrafted. I don't know. How would I know? Okay, Rangers goaltender. That's an easy one, man. Give me John Van Beesbrook. Rangers born in North America. Yeah, let's go. Let's say like Andy Bathgate, bitch. 1952 to 1971. Megan? The Dimpler. Oilers born in North America. How about Craig McTavish? Oilers goaltender. Someone. So I want to go off the beaten path. Maybe like a Mikko Koskinen or something like that. Nah, you can't. Takes one to know one. You can't put your faith in a guy like that in professional sports. Look at me. Look at me. What can I say? Oilers undrafted? Wayne Gretzky? Nah, probably Yari Kuri was never drafted if I had to guess. Never mind. New York Islanders goaltender. Maybe you've heard of him. Roberto Luongo. New York Islanders born in North America. Like Pat LaFontaine. It's a classic, like 90s image, man. Undrafted is tough, though. Wayne Gretzky? Dude, that was a big that was a big miss in the draft when they didn't take Gretzky. Gretzky's not, listen, I might let him slide through the first round. I'm taking him second round no matter what. They really screwed up with that one, man. Maybe you've heard of him? You've never heard of Wayne Gretzky? He's like the Don Bradman of hockey. He's washed? Well, he's still one of the greatest traders of all time. He's putting up like insane numbers in like the trader HL right now. Kate Winslet Oscar-nominated film. The Reader. One-word title. Contagion. Released 05-2025. Revolutionary Road. I don't know if she's in that. Maybe I should just play something else. I don't know shit that she's in. Titanic 2? Is she in this? Yeah, she's in that. Okay. Josh Brolin, Oscar-nominated film. One-word title, Josh Brolin, 05-2025. So there's some weapons in here. There's some Sicario. There's the Goonies. Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin is in Inherent Vice. Might be a little bit under the radar. And then he's in a one-word title. I gotta feel like people are gonna default. You know what? I bet they're not gonna think of the Goonies. I bet they're not gonna think of it. I think Weapons and Sicario are gonna be higher than that. And then we're gonna put Sicario here, knowing that it took some of the heat off it here. Gwyneth Paltrow, Oscar-nominated film. Shakespeare in Love. Suck Me Shakespeare. How is it possible that that shows up before Shakespeare in Love, man? Ah! One-word title. Emma. With no period. Yeah, they weren't progressive like that back in the day. And then 05-2025. Any chance there's just a Goop documentary in here that we could play? Obviously, she's in the Avengers movies and Iron Man, but what else? Did she do anything else in this period that I would know? It's so shitty that she's crazy. She would have been an awesome Elizabeth Holmes. They didn't even have to tell her that she's in like a movie. They could have just filmed her at her house. Let's go Iron Man 2. The Goonies was number 1, y'all. She Said. I don't know that one. It is kind of crazy that like almost none of the stars from Friends ended up launching like a movie career. Even Jennifer Aniston, I mean, she's never really had like a huge starring role. She's only been like she's been like a bit player. Horrible Bosses, Office Space, The Good Girl. That's true. David Schwimmer was in Madagascar. Yeah, she's just doing like the Nivea commercials or whatever. And Smart Water. They're loaded. I would just chill. Lisa Kudrow's in Booksmart. I don't think that's like apropos of anything at all, but it's true. She did do Adam Sandler movies. Oh, here we go. It's technically the handlebar is part of the bicycle. If it's part of the bicycle, then I consider it a bicycle.
Sword. A noun meaning basement. A noun meaning the part. Athlete. A noun meaning punily. A adjective meaning slight or inferior in power, size.
Punily.
Summoned. A verb meaning to issue a undergird. A verb meaning to make secure underneath.
Okay, yeah, undergird. Makes perfect sense.
Terabyte. A noun meaning 1024. Illicitly. A adjective meaning not permitted.
Illicitly.
Metropolis. A noun meaning
Sufjan Stevens word?
pearlescent. A adjective meaning having a pearly luster.
Pearlescent. Okay. Next, hit me with some. Try to mix me up a little bit, please.
Girandole. A noun meaning a radiating and showy composition, such as a cluster of skyrockets fired together. This word has roots in both French and Italian languages. Girandole. A noun meaning a radiating
It's definitely
and showy
going to be
composition, such as a cluster of skyrockets
Dole.
fired together.
Girandole.
This word has roots in both French and Italian languages.
Girandole.
Airedale. A geographical name meaning river of northern England 70 miles, 113 kilometers, long in western Yorkshire flowing to the Ouse River. Its valley is Airedale. Airedale. A geographical name meaning river of northern England 70 miles, 113 kilometers, long in western Yorkshire flowing to the Ouse River. Its valley is Airedale. Airedale. A geographical name meaning river of northern England 70 miles.
I have no idea. There's like, there were 20 possible options for that.
Livery. A noun
Okay,
meaning
that's a joke?
Paronomasia. A noun meaning a play on words. Pun. Derived from Greek paronomazane, meaning to slightly change the name. Paronomasia. A noun meaning
I see why they called it pun.
defector. A verb meaning
Now
to
we're talking. Holy cow, that was hard. Paronomasia, Girandole, Airedale. That looks way more sensible. I'll give you that. That was tough, man. FoodGuessr Scrandle. They mix me up too much. I bet it's good, but it's so fucked up looking. It looks like a dude made of bread throwing up food. But the food that it's throwing up looks pretty good. This, on the other hand, looks delicate, but like a who cares? Grape soup? Soak blanched almonds in bread and water, blend them with garlic and vinegar until smooth. Season. I mean, it's a cold soup. I'm sure it's fine, but like, no. I don't think that's real. I don't think that's real. This one, I will be pissed off if Campbell's soup beats Spam Musubi. That's literally, people don't know what they're talking about. Sausages versus red wine chicken. I mean, sausages are really, okay, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. Any pasta is going to clear milkfish congee. Pâté chinois, apparently from my country, versus Beppu ramen. If I'm being honest with you, this doesn't look that good to begin with. I have no idea what it is. This picture will not lose a 1v1 food off on the internet. This is actually like the average, the median individual's ideal picture of food is essentially this. I believe this will have one of the highest scores we've ever seen. Wrong, but right. Samgyetang versus gray peas. Samgyetang is really good. The picture is true to form, but doesn't do it justice. Because it really is like gray. It's gray soup, but it's really good. I think it's got to beat long plate of peas that doesn't even fit on the table, man. The 50 plus 2 is just because if they added, like, if they sliced some chilies on the bias or something and then put it in, it would get more points. But it's got to be this. Look at the lamination. Poffertiers or Flaugnard. This looks really good. And I don't know what that is. Packing peanuts versus noodles. We'll go noodles. And Silda salad versus... I don't even know what to say, man. What are you? Pickled herring. Okay. All right. That's all I had to see was pickled herring, and I knew where we were going here. Not too bad. All right, let's see what we can do here. Lost to the average. Nobody noticed until you brought it up, man. Yeah, I thank you for saying you can't believe Spam Masubi lost. Spam is one of those things that's like, you need to have it before you say it's gross. Like, it's, if you already eat ham, Spam is like 1 degree away from ham. It seems crazy to me to be like, ham's as far as I go. I have it, it's gross. It's actually better than ham. I hope, the other thing is, when I say you have to eat Spam, you have to eat it cooked, like fried. I hope you're not just taking that jiggly little ball of flesh out of the can. Because when it comes out, it's like... Thunk, 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 thunk. And you're like, this is disgusting. I'm not going to eat this. Then you... slice it up. It cooks so fucking well because it's like 98% fat. Try that. Try that and tell me Spam is gross. It's so good. Also, I'm still kind of crashing out after yesterday. Apollo is entitled to his own opinions. So when he says baking is easier than cooking, I thought that was great because it's insane and that's funny. But when people in chat were starting to hit me with the British, have you ever baked before? Have you ever cooked before? You sound like someone who doesn't know how to cook. Cooking is so much easier than baking, man. It's insane. If something goes wrong with the recipe while you're cooking, turn up the heat, turn down the heat, give it a stir. Like, you're fine. Everything's completely okay. If something goes wrong with baking, the fucking benzene rings don't form appropriately and you don't have a cake anymore. You have like a bowl of just wet flour. The whole thing falls apart. It's crazy to me that anyone could think baking is easier than cooking. I said it 20 times, but like cooking, 80% of cooking is basically just Minecraft. You don't need to, the recipe telling you how long to cook it does not matter. The meat changes color when it's ready to eat. It's a video game. You put it in the pan, and when it changes color, you flip it. And when it changes color again, you take it out. That's it, man. You're hearing C418 in the background the whole time you're doing it. Baking, on the other hand, and he did nail the cake the first time, but anyway. Shrimp, pork, rice noodles. I see a spring roll. I see peanuts. Might want to work on the chop on that green onion. It's not uniform with the other ones, but that's okay. Those are thicker noodles. Banana blossoms. I'm gonna go Thailand, even though this seems like it could be China. Northeast of Thailand. Perhaps Vietnam. Northeast but doesn't border. Vietnam. Yum. Yeah, I would eat it, of course. Papaya, banana, apple, strawberries, cantaloupe, granola, yogurt, sweetened condensed milk, raisins, coconut flakes, pecans, and honey. Yeah, sounds pretty good, minus whatever's going on there. I have no idea where it's from. Where the hell are papayas from, man? And raisins I always associate with, like, North Africa. Coconut is in this. But I don't know, this could be from the UK, man. Maybe let's try the United Kingdom. North, northwest of the United Kingdom? Canada? Bionico. Southwest of, I mean, like, was it cool or cold? Cool. Costa Rica? Warm. Mexico? Correct. Bionico. I did think there's a chance that... Wait a minute. How is Mexico northwest of the United Kingdom? That's not the reason that I took so long, but still. Does Mexico have like a colony in the Arctic? POV, your milk? 2 crunchy oatmeal cookies bonded with a luscious layer of chocolate cream. I mean, when I think prepackaged cookies, I think United Kingdom again. Okay, maybe China? A Kingston biscuit? That's Australia, bro. Or Jamaica, I was just there. Of course I would yum that. That's a tough one today. We did beat the average, though. There's always time for one more. Yeah, one more scrandle. Explain raisin North Africa thing? I don't know. It's just where those 2 entries are next to each other in my head. When I see raisins in FoodGuessr, my brain immediately goes, this might be Libya. I have no idea why. Maybe there's a reason, maybe there's not, but... Okay. So it's a troll scrandle today. Measly scran versus mystifying scran. I think measly is more offensive to the average person than mystifying. Plus, this is from Japan. Okay. Kiwi pizza beat bad chicken burger. Forgotten scran versus worthless scran? Forgotten. Wrong. I've seen this before. This is the green mushy peas gravy versus the scran that crawled out of darkness. I got to go the scran that crawled out of darkness. That does look pretty bad, to be honest. This is Cup of Insects from Belgium. And this is image unclear. I'll go image unclear. No! The sausage roll with the wrapper melted onto it. This is like bad meatball sandwich that looks like a turd. I bet it beats 16 pounds 50, man. Nope. Chicken nachos. Worthless scram versus Friday special. This looks like bad hot dog. Oh my God. I'm getting my ass beat, man. Lousy versus... I know this one. This is the unshredded cheese on top of the pizza. That's gotta win. It's the chili cheese dog on top of the pizza. Scran of dubious quality, now served as web pea. Dubious quality for 33 cents. That don't look that bad. I mean, the plastic tub of sauce is a little crazy. Turd will never win. Like Big Turd will always lose. Never mind. Forgotten scran beats bad looking sandwich that has nothing on it. 4 out of 10. That's rough, man. That's rough. Cheese panini is it's kind of the funniest thing I've ever seen, to be honest. Sniffing half and half in a Ralph's supermarket is the first thing we see the protagonist doing in what movie? It's The Big Lebowski. It might be the easiest 3-point question they've ever had. Who was the British monarch when Sudan kicked off their imperial losing streak? So it's Victoria, someone, Elizabeth. I don't think it's Elizabeth. The L started before then. Could be King George. Who was the monarch when Diana was born? She was probably in her mid-40s when she died in 1997. It's Elizabeth II, man? That's correct. I guess that's when it started. Who knew? What Disney star was an X Factor judge in 2012 before she even hit 20? I'm assuming it's Miley Cyrus or Ariana Grande. Let's go Miley Cyrus. Tell Me You Love Me. Oh, it's Demi Lovato. It's Demi Lovato. Her name starts with love. Miss Highsmith, who wrote the book The Talented Mr. Ripley, what was her first name? Sounds like a Charlotte play for a guy like me. Miss Hurst. Patty Hurst. Patricia. Sending data at a whopping 110 baud. The Bell 101 was an example of a modem. I still remember, I've told this story before, but there used to be like a consumer fair that came to my hometown, which is not like a quaint, there was like 130,000 people or whatever. So they would fill, pardon me, they would fill the junior hockey arena where the Kingston Frontenacs played with salespeople with booths that were selling like new electronics. And my grandpa, in a silent auction, won a 56K modem. And at home, we had a 14.4K modem. So I was like, holy shit, this is going to be amazing. It's going to literally like more than triple our internet speed. And then the dude sold it for like $200. And to be fair, that's more than they're worth now. But I would have bought it off him. This was like 1997 or something. I would have bought it off him for $200 and then installed it in our house if I'd known that he was just going to sell it, man. No, not the Vice Maxer. It's a different guy. You got the last laugh? He's still chilling. I mean, it's his money, don't get me wrong, but it's the one we're waiting to die? Okay, literally, that's not the way I phrased it. For the family story. Yes, for the funny story, take that extra bit of context. Yes. There's a very funny story associated with him that I, out of respect, will not tell until he is dead. But it's really good. Yes, he was the guy who used to throw money in the toilet to say thanks for the good poop, which is insane because he was not wealthy, but he used to flush like a $10 bill down the toilet if the poop was good, which is just anyway. All right, sort these events from the 1900s by when they first occurred. Disneyland is going to be like our yardstick. That was in like the 1950s, mid 1950s. Obviously, the Hindenburg was before that. That was in like the 1920s, maybe. And the first, I gotta imagine Teabag is pretty early, maybe even earlier than the Hindenburg. And then the first person in outer space, Sputnik, I think, was post Disneyland, which would mean this is post Disneyland. And then Pong is going to be the 70s. The computer is probably going to be the 80s or 90s. We mog you. We mog you severely. Honestly, if you had asked me to guess a year for the teabag, I would have said 1901. Because it just seems like they put that in here for a reason. If you told me that the teabag was invented in the year 1100, I would have believed you as well, to be honest. Put the tea in the bag. Saying the Hindenburg was the 20s is crazy. Sorry, Fire Turtle. I'm not from New Jersey. All normal people know about the Hindenburg is, the humanity. And the other thing that we know is that everybody died, which is false. Like only 20% of the people died or something. This is how I found out that they don't ride in the balloon when you ride on the Zeppelin. There's like a little, there's like a house below the balloon that you ride in, and the balloon is kind of off limits. In my head, inside of the balloon, there were like walkways and stuff like intersecting walkways that take you to like different parts of the ship and stuff like that. But yeah, there's like a little, turns out there's like a little compartment underneath. The hydrogen made it hard to breathe. I don't know how it worked. I thought maybe they all just sounded a little goofy, man. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really have to think about how blimps worked. Because by the time I was born, everyone was like, don't worry about it. They don't work. Unless you're a tire company, it's not really relevant to your interests. We sorted that shit out like 50 years ago. That was disorderly. Which one's hotter? Chicago or Birmingham? I'm going to say Birmingham. Higher percentage of people who speak Spanish at home. By the way, Chicago's going to be hotter this year. Caleb Williams, QB2 on my Apollos Fantasy League team. I really tried to get Moore as well, but somebody sniped him before me. I thought I could sneak him in. When people started taking WR2s, I thought I could get him as a late WR1, but it was too late. Higher percentage of people who speak Spanish at home. King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, or Gainesville, Georgia? No idea, Georgia. Who voted more for Biden? Nebraska or New Mexico? It's got to be New Mexico. They have Santa Fe. Higher percentage of smoking adults? I'm going to say is Oklahoma. In Salt Lake City, you're not even allowed to drink root beer. Higher percentage of people whose rent is more expensive. This is tough. Upstate New York, I would imagine, is cheaper than the rest of the state, but Syracuse is also a college town, which might push it up in bizarro land. And then I just literally know so little about Little Rock. I believe it's the biggest city in Arkansas, which would mean that, I'm assuming incomes are somewhat lower and rent is somewhat higher. But I still gotta go upstate. I gotta go upstate. Explain Salt Lake City. I thought they weren't able to drink brewed beverages. I thought that, or did they? There was like a carve out. They bent the knee, and now there's like a carve out where they can have brewed beverages. Go to kind of hard golf. No caffeine. It is crazy. Caffeine is like so free, man. No caffeine is like, you know what it reminds me of is when you invite your whole class to your birthday party and one of the moms is like, make sure my son doesn't have sugar. And you're like, what the hell happens to this guy when he gets sugar, man? What happens when you give him caffeine in Salt Lake City? Maybe it's for our own good that they're not allowing it. Huge. Checkpoint me. The Delicatler. This one, I think we want a 2-tap. It's funny to imagine them sneaking out to drink coffee behind the dumpster. That is funny. That's a funny thing. Mormons can have caffeine, they just can't have coffee or tea. That would be hard if the Beastie Boys were Mormon, because that's how they like their sugar. Well, I guess it's with coffee and cream, but whatever. You think you're so smart? Fuck. They have Pepsi lattes? They're honestly, like, I know you said that to be like, what's wrong with them? But that kind of sounds good as fuck. As a soda enjoyer, that kind of sounds awesome. They broke the mold when they made soda, man. It's like easily the best tasting beverage that's ever been created. Huge. Oh, we were on a wave. We were on a wave. Fresh orange juice. Fresh orange juice is really, really good. I can't disagree with that, but I don't know though, man. Soda's really, really good. Someone saying that water clears it is insane to me. Like, I honestly think you don't know yourself. Like, I think if the unconscious part of your brain could become conscious, it would be like, stop lying. I want you to drink the soda. It's the best tasting thing that's ever been invented. Come on. Coffee clears it? Maybe a good cortado. Oh, please. Soda makes me puke? You're literally the weakest person I've ever heard of in my entire life. What do you mean? It doesn't make any sense. It makes me puke. Imagine thinking that that's a rebuke of soda, as if somehow that means something's wrong with the soda instead of something wrong with you. When 99.99% of the populace can tank a soda to the dome without vomiting. Whatever. Baguettes give me the hiccups. That's true as fuck. But that's because I get the same thing, and mashed potatoes. But the reason that we get that is because we eat them too fast because they taste too yummy. So that's not their fault. Oh my God. Please, man. Please. I'm just saying. The anti-soda comments is crazy to me. Like, to thine own self be true, and you are putting on airs. Nope, it's not enough, man. That's huge. We burned off enough momentum there. Because of you, I get Coke Zero every now and then. It's good, man. It's good. I have soda twice a month and it hits. It is crazy. I mean, I'm just trying to ask people to be honest. If you vape and you're in here talking shit about zero sugar sodas, you should shut the fuck up. Because you're, like, you want to talk about cognitive dissonance, motherfucker? Like, what are you doing? Soda's bad for you. That's crazy. That's insane to me. At least be honest. Nobody's perfect, okay? But, like, that's kind of a free dinger. Like Schwarber should have had last night. But somehow he fucking infield flied, going for his 5th home run of the game against a dude who's not even a pitcher. Like, get a life, man. Do you even like baseball? I guess 4 home runs in a single game is pretty good. If you're an amateur. Guys, Angle's not working today. This is horrific news. Honey, Mount Olympus. Flowers, pollination, Greek mythology. That's ambrosia, bro. No, whatever. God. To me, that's close enough, man. I feel like ambrosia is what they wanted. They'll give me my point. 1821 establishments in New York. I don't know. It's a canal in New York State. The Erie Canal. That makes sense. This explains why they're singing about it all the time. Aerobic exercise. That's Swedish words. I'm going to say it's jogging. Jogging sounds so Swedish. What the hell is fartlek, man? I thought for sure jogging was a Swedish word. Algerian War. European diaspora in Algeria. Guys, I'm in a lot of trouble today. It turns out I don't know shit about the earth. The Straits of Turkey? Straits of the Mediterranean? Is this the Bosporus? The Dardanelles! Oh, the Dardanelles! You fucked me, Winston Churchill! Canned meats? Yeah, canned meats of Sweden. Canned fish in Sweden. It's herring in a can. It's a national, is it surströmming? It is surströmming. Okay. For some reason in my head, until it took me 11 seconds to remember that surströmming is not tobacco. 1969 establishments in the United States. A transportation system. Virtual reality. It's the internet. The internet. That's it right there, the internet. Catholicism in Mexico and the US. Christianity and death. Female saints. Illegal drug trade in Mexico. LGBTQ themes. New religious movement deities. I was going to type the chupacabra, but I don't think so. That's Santa Muerte. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Adventure film characters who are bearers of the One Ring. That's Frodo, bro. Frodo Baggins, more specifically. Also known as Mora Lambingi. 20th century Brazilian politicians, they hate me. You hate me. I don't know Dilma Rousseff. I'm sorry, I got 2 today. I got three. That's really hard, man. There should be one of the questions tomorrow. I demand recompense. One of the questions should be, what did they call the Molson Canadian that they put in a smaller can, but they raised the percentage to 6% instead of 5%? That's Molson Cold Shots. I could get that one easily. That changed the world when it came out. That's not how the questions work. Okay, fucking beers, Canadian beers, small beers, high alcohol by volume beers, beers that suck ass, decommissioned beers, Canadian establishments from 2003, some shit like that. Come to PEI? I should, man. I'd love to get the ruffles that they make with the PEI potatoes. It's Minute Cryptic. Should do more traveling within Canada. I'll just be honest with you. It's kind of embarrassing. I don't know shit about... I've never been to Alberta. I know shit about it. Never been to the Yukon. Don't know shit about it. Never been to Northwest Territories. Don't know shit about it. Never been to Saskatchewan and Manitoba. I know a little bit about Saskatchewan. I don't know shit about Manitoba. I don't know shit about it. I know a lot about Ontario. I've been there a lot, like most of my life still. Know a lot about Quebec, and I've been around Quebec. I love being in Quebec. You guys get a bad rap. Like, I don't know why everybody that lives in a city hates when tourists come to their city, but for some reason they also think that people in Quebec should welcome Anglophones who are traveling there to take pictures of the Gaspé Peninsula with open arms. Like, they're hypocritical, man. I'm like, I understand why they're surly in Quebec. Maybe not so much in Montreal, but when I'm in Quebec City and I walk into a restaurant and they speak to me in French and then I go, sorry, you got the wrong fella, I understand why they look down their noses a little bit. Anyway. You do have a French last name? I know, it makes it that much more embarrassing for me. Should go back to Quebec, man. I've been in the Maritimes a little bit. Never Newfoundland and not to PEI for a long, long time, though. Cat's head, fish's tail, pig's torso, and mare blended? So maybe it's like C, H. Hang on. C, H, pig's torso, mare blended. Fish's tail. Cat's head, fish's tail, pig's torso, and mare blended. Ham rice. Hints. Show indicators. Head, tail, torso blended. Yeah. And then fodder. Cat, fish, pig, and mare. And then definition. Oh my God. This is an ampersand lit clue, which means the whole clue is the wordplay and the whole clue is the definition. So our answer will mean a blend of many animals. There is such a word, and you can find it by piecing together the wordplay. It's got to be ham rice, man. Cream. What were the letters I'm missing? Crime. They won't let you check letters anymore, man. They won't let you check letters. Fish's tail. Pig's torso. Mice. Mice. Guys, I don't think I'm going to get it. I need some help, man. Blend me. So you're saying that it's okay. It starts with chai and then this is blended. Chai mare. Chai ream. Chai iram. Chamara. Oh, this whole time I was trying to think of a soup, man. I was trying to think of a soup, a blend of many animals. I was trying to find out how this was going to be like Cioppino or something. It's literally a fusion of many animals. Okay. Oh. What fucking soup has a cat in it? I wasn't thinking that hard. I didn't think about the cat, man.